Hey gems, and welcome back to my channel. I know I look a little crazy right now, but today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do a brown smoky eye. Today I have my green emerald contacts on because I just want a little spice in my little look today. So I feel like this look would flatter a lot of hazel green eyes, but also brown because I've done this on my regular brown eyes before as well, and it looks stunning. So today I'm going to be putting you guys on. You guys can use basically any palette that has the colors I'm going to show you guys today. If you have any of those colors in any palette, you're good to go. Obviously, every palette has different pigment, so the powder may go on easier. It may not show a lot of color, so it depends on what you have in your drawer. I'm going to be priming my eyes first with Miss P. Louise, my favorite primer for eyelids, because she just holds on the product better. Okay, literally my eyeshadow goes nowhere when I prime them with P. Louise, so we're gonna do that. And honestly, I love this because it's only 2 dots, go a long way, and it covers the whole eyelid. So safe product, waste less money sooner. Yes, we love that. Whoops, I think I did a little too much there. You guys are about to see when I blend that how it's gonna look like. So I have clusters on. We're not gonna do mascara, so if you have clusters, you have a step out of your way already. You can also apply falsies right after you do the eye look, so I'm just gonna blend that in. I already have my base done, so you guys see I look very fabu. We're just gonna be focusing on the eyes, on the lips, and that is it. I'm actually going to a Christian concert, believe it or not. They're hosting one in Long Island. I'm gonna meet up with my cousin. Super excited. But basically the guy that is hosting the concert is part of a very well-known Christian band. I love being surrounded by youth that are worshiping God all together in the same room. I just find that very powerful and beautiful. I love mixing this with my paddle flat brush for a more precise blending, which is, see, you see this had a lot of product. I knew it, but we're gonna work around this. So for reference, I'm using my Morphe 332 brush. This is the brush that you typically would use for the crease of your lid. But Kathy, where's the crease of my eyelid? Simple, look straight into the mirror, right? And you're gonna see where your lid closes right there. So mine starts right there, and it obviously goes towards the outside. That's where you're gonna put your transition color. You should not bring your transition color from where your crease starts, right? Mine is right here, all the way inward. That is a big no-no. That is something I never ever do because it will make a mess. In other words, the center of your lid where you pack on the lightest shade or the lightest color that you're putting for your eye look, you want it to stand out. So if you bring your transition color all the way inward here, it's not gonna have such a beautiful effect where your eyes stand out like, wow. You know, so for this look, we're not doing that. Now that we're on the same page, you're going to want to grab a warm brown color for your transition. In my case, it's this color right here in shade Warm Cocoa. It's a nice warm and brown color. That's what we're going to use, tapping off the excess for our eyes. So I'm going to pack that from my outer corner into the crease, which is right here where I said it was. And we're going to put it there and blend it in, and just make sure you have this part naked. Like, do not put any powder on the center of your lid. We want that to be clean for this look. Okay. That did something. It's already looking nice, but we're not done. Now we're just going to add a little bit more right on top of the area you already placed it in for a longer lasting effect. So we're double layering right over here. Again, this is a smoky brown eye that we're going for. So if you want it smoky, you gotta layer. Especially if your palette is not pigmented well, then it's not gonna, you know, have that effect. So just to be on the safe side, let's keep that layer double. Always start from the outwards in because you don't want to have a heavy amount of product in the center. It will take away from that beautiful transition that I was talking about earlier. Y'all about to see what I'm talking about once we layer the gold. Now we're going to grab the M303 brush and we're going to apply the gold. Okay, any gold that you have in any palette that you have, you're going to grab the gold and you're going to put that in the smack center. So you're going to want to have a packing brush or a flat brush. Either or would work perfectly to set this in the center of your lid. Also, you want to get the corner of your eye. So we're going to go in right over here. And typically with the shimmers, with the light color, I like to go in 3 times to make sure that my lid grabs it. But P. Louise always grabs any shadow that you put onto her. So I absolutely love that about P. Louise. Look at that beauty. Also, I am kind of slightly on a rush while I'm doing this video. But if I had more time, basically what I would do for beginners, even for myself, I'm not a beginner, but I love doing this because it makes it look extra sharp, extra edgy. Add some tape to the side of your eyelid and it will catch all the fallout, and you'll have the perfect line once you peel off the tape, which is super satisfying, by the way. I absolutely love doing that. I do recommend doing that if you have the time or if you are a beginner. In my case, I don't have time to look for tape. Now I'm gonna do the other eye. Perfecto. Now we're gonna add some more of that warm brown back in the same transition shade just to blend it all together, okay? So we're gonna go in light-handedly, okay? You don't have to get that much, just very light-handedly. We're gonna apply again back in that transition side. But you guys see that gold? Oh, it's having its moment, it's having its statement. It's simply bellissima. So y'all see what that did there? Yeah, that is so needed. You guys see how the gold peak a little bit? We're just gonna blend in that brown. Gonna bring it all together, que se comporte, let that gold behave itself, okay? We don't want it to be all splattered and messed up. Perfect. Now that that is done, we're gonna get the Q-tip, okay? The Q-tip is what helps keep the eyes in order, carve and shape exactly how you want it. I like mine precisely on the size of my eyes and then winged out just a little bit, not too much. Everyone has their own preference, by the way, so you do not have to do the exact same way that I'm doing it. I'm just sharing with y'all what I do, and I do wet my Q-tip. That is very important for me when I carve it. Now that my Q-tip is wet, I'm going to go in my inner corner and then drag it around and carve it exactly how I like it. Yep, lovely. Oh, she is giving a beautiful carve out. And that's why I always leave my concealer for last. I never blend my concealer before doing my eye looks. The concealer is basically what keeps everything clean, bold, together, unmessy. It just brings, it's like a mop, okay? It's like a mop. Let's just say that. We're gonna carve our corners out and then we're gonna clean the side. And then our eye look is not complete yet. We're gonna add black eyeshadow for that bold siren moment edge to our eyes. Our eyes will be the statement. Grabbing my Too Faced Semi-Sweet chocolate palette, we're gonna go in with the licorice. Okay, again, I don't know why it's under licorice. I thought licorice was purple, but I mean, maybe it's just me that I remember it was purple. I typically like tapping it. I do not like dragging because it makes a mess and it's black powder, so we do not want a mess on our face. We want it to be very controlled. I'm going in with the M104 brush. I absolutely love this brush. I do have a video on the Morphe brush set giving the review why it's the best, why it's the OG. If you guys want to look at that, y'all can do that. I'm going to stamp it right in the corner of my eye and then drag it. Just drag it. Then I'm going to do a reverse. So I'm going to go with the sharper side on the outer corner, right? And then I'm going to drag that in. So I'm going to go right here and drag it in with a steady hand. Again, with tape, this is so much better. Again, you want to go on top of your cluster, on top of your lash extension, whatever. Okay, look at what that did. I'm gonna do the same on the other eye, and then we're gonna stamp this on our lower lash line, just half of it. And basically you just want to do the outer corner. You don't want to do anything more inward. I do want this part to be white or just neutral, so the black makes your eye look smaller and tighter, but when you have nothing on or you have white on, it makes it look more open, which is what I want. Okay, then going in with any liquid pen liner in black, add a very thin line right in the front. Very, very thin. Like padding it in a way. This is not for beginners, by the way. If you want to go all in and you want to do that, you guys can always do whatever you want. It does take time for a precise hand to do this. Little taps, little drags. I'm not going to go all the way in because most of the time in Christian concerts, I somewhat get emotional. Again, seeing a big crowd just worshiping God, worshiping Jesus is very impacting every time. And if the song hit and if they do like a nice free worship and have a boom moment in the atmosphere, your girl's gonna cry. I want to avoid having black in the inner tear duct because it's not gonna look good. It's gonna be very messy. Using the M133 brush, I'm going to blend out the concealer. You guys are gonna see how that cleans everything up together beautifully, which is why I save it for last. That is my makeup hack of life. Like, I literally do that all the time. Also, I don't think it's so necessary to do those big triangles of concealer. One, you're wasting so much product. Two, concealers are more heavy built, so like you don't really need that much. Some concealers are more sheer, which is they're more lighter in formula than others, which I understand why you want to build a big triangle. But for the very good concealers, you don't really have to do all that. Look how beautifully that blended. Oh, beautiful. Bella. Bella, Bella. I'm gonna go right under that black, right under it. You want a very clean canvas of skin right underneath your eye. So always try, if you're blending with a brush, you want to get as close to your waterline as possible without actually touching the bristles. Like if you have eyeliner or eyeshadow underneath your eye, you don't want to actually touch that part, but you want to get very close to it, is what I'm saying, for that clean up look. And there you have it for the eyes. It's absolutely stunning. It's absolutely beautiful. And it doesn't take that long. If anything, we use 3 shades: gold, dark brown, and black. That is it. And an eyeliner or 2. Other than that, you have your nice brown smoky eye. For my setting powder, I'm going to use the one from Kimchi. The Kimchi setting bake powder is really, really good. Absolutely love the pink packaging. As a pinky girl, I totally approve. The puff, I naturally don't use this puff. I think it's too big and round, so it's there for decoration. I like using my beauty puff right here, more angular, to get into the under of my eye, tapping off the excess. I'm going to go in right here. Yep. You don't want too much powder down there. There's no point. There's no point. You're wasting product. I know baking was left in like 2016, yes, but technically I still leave my powder for about 30 seconds and then blend fully. That is me. It doesn't make a difference. More or less, not that much. But you don't have to leave it there for like a whole minute, whole 2 minutes. Like, that was proven wrong a long time ago. Makeup has evolved. My smile lines right over here. I also get shadows where I smile sometimes, so I like brightening up with powder. Very good hack, I must say. They also say if you put setting powder on your lips, your lip combo or your lip moment will last longer. It does. Another hack that is definitely worth trying out if you haven't yet. All right, under the eyes. Oof, beautiful. I love a good setting powder. Now, grabbing our M204 brush from Morphe, I'm going to use that as a blush brush because that's what it is. And I'm going to be going in with Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo. I'll go with this nice light pink shade right over here. Layer that right on top of the cheek, right over here. Oh, perfect. And since we have a very bold eye, I definitely don't want to go overboard with the blush blindness that I sometimes have. I'm just going to put a light pinky. So we're definitely using a kabuki to blend seamlessly for the natural eye, but we still want pigment. You want your blush to show, okay? Trust, if you haven't experimented a Casper moment, then you don't know, but I have, so I do know. Now that that is nicely done and blended, you guys still see the pink, but not too crazy. Next, for our lippies, we're going to go in with a Neen lip liner in like a brown shade. Going in with the shade Orchard. Then going in with the Joycey Lippy for a velvet pout. Okay, this is from the Velvet Road collection. Absolutely love. If you haven't tried the Joycey Lippies, let this be your sign. You guys, look how blurring it is. It is very blurring and I absolutely love it. So this is going to create the perfect pillow ombre looking lip ever. Mi amore. Oh, beautiful. Now that the lip is done, I'm not gonna go in with any highlighter. Maybe on the nose, but that's as far as I'm gonna do it. Grabbing my Ciate blush palette, I'm gonna go in with this little highlighter shade right over here, right on the tip of my nose, and on top of the bridge right over here for a slimming effect. Now we're gonna set that up with some setting spray, my Dynamic Duo. As you guys know, Milani Make It Last 24 Hours, and the L'Oreal Infallible. Before we do that, since I didn't do highlighter on my higher up cheekbones, Kapari, hello, does anybody talk about her enough? If you want a very beautiful glowy dewy skin, she will give it to you. If you want to skip highlighter, she will give it to you. I literally can vouch for her. She's my favorite summer product, but also helps with a nice quick makeup hack such as a glowy skin. Y'all will see what I'm talking about. Do y'all see? Exactly, which we love. Absolutely no highlighter needed. Now I could go on with my setting spray, Dynamic Duo Milani First. This makeup gotta last, gotta stay, gotta stick, and this duo will do it for me every time. So we're gonna put this right in the center of the eye look that we just did, and I can't finish there. I have to tap it in, set it in. This is something that I must do after I spray. After I learned what this actually does, it actually locks in all your products instead of just letting the spray sit there, which makes sense. So I'm just mind blown that we didn't release this out sooner. What do we think? I believe we are completely ready to go. I just need to get dressed, blow dry my bangs out because she's looking a little crazy. But this completes my brown smoky eye look. J'adore. I love it a lot. Give this video a like if you love the overall result, or if you would try it, or if you found this very entertaining. Either or, give it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. If you're into beauty content such as hair, makeup, fashion, tips, hacks, etc. I'm here every Saturday, God willing, if I'm not sick or something chaotic happens in my life, because life is life. Other than that, y'all have my word to have my videos posted on Saturdays